Well, when you get a matchup in Class 4A that pits the last two state champions, well, you got to shine some light on it. That was the case Friday night. Pine Creek was on the road at Windsor. Of course, those Wizards took down the 2015 state title. Pine Creek winning it last year. And we sent our own Marty Cesario up to Windsor for our Vector Bank Game of the Week.
Week 2, and we've got a gift in the scheduling here in Class 4A football. Number 1 versus number 4. The defending state champions currently ranked number 1. That's the Pine Creek Eagles under head coach Todd Miller. They depend on super sophomore running back David Moore III, compact, explosive. This year in his second season, even more savvy about how he goes about his business. Along the lines of scrimmage, you can't miss Big 41, Christian Lewis, 305 pounds of massive out there in the white and the blue. The whistle is back in Windsor. That'd be head coach Chris Jones after a one-year hiatus. He's going to depend on Zach Watts along the lines of scrimmage, 6'5", 275. He's a commit to the University of Wyoming. And then look for 27, Brett Freitag on defense and special teams as the Rover Bandit and a critical and very versatile and valuable player. These two programs responsible for the last 4 state championships in 4A. So let's get it on. I'm Marty Cesario. We're in Weld County for your Xfinity Sports Report Game of the Week. It's the Pine Creek Eagles and the Windsor Wizards. We start you off late first quarter as David Moore III takes the direct snap, barrels his way into the end zone for the score, and these teams better not get used to that as points were at a premium. Early in the second, and another hard-fought drive for the Eagles ends in a 32-yard field goal by Cameron Brunghart. Eagles up 10-0. After that, the defenses would take over. Midway through the second now, Connor Apodaca drops back to pass, looks to be a miscommunication with his receiver as Max Lofi gets up and snatches the ball out of the air for the interception. That long return negated by a flag. Still, the Eagles get the turnover but can't capitalize. Here on 3rd and 6, Moore is bottled up by Freitag, Westfall, and that Wizard line, so Pine Creek would have to punt. Near the end of the half now, Pine Creek looking for more, but J.C. Coulter gets melted as he throws the ball. The wounded duck eventually gets tipped into the hands of Darren Peoples, and the half would end with Pine Creek up 10-0. Coach Jones heads to the locker room looking for a way to crack that Pine Creek defense. Pick up the action late in the third. Windsor on the move. Apodaca rolls out and has a receiver in the end zone, but he leads him a bit too much, and Chase Lancrete can't come up with the ball. And Windsor will try a 28-yard field goal to get on the board. Julia Broghammer will step into the kick, but it's wide left. And Windsor is still being shut out as we head into the fourth quarter. Into the fourth, and the Windsor D keeps hope alive. On a 4th and 1 here, the Wizards take advantage of a bad snap exchange and come up with a huge stop. They get the ball, and later in that drive, Apodaca hits Lancrete over the middle for a huge gain as he's down to the Pine Creek 26-yard line. But a little later on 4th and 5, Apodaca's pass is tipped by Xavier Hill. It will never reach its intended target, and the Wizards are denied once again with 5:29 remaining. Later in the fourth quarter, another chance for the Wizards as Apodaca has a wide-open John Morgan in the back corner of the end zone, but it's off his hands and to the turf. The magic seems to be running out for Windsor, but there was one more chance. 4 minutes left, and Apodaca sees Braden Peterson down the seam, but he doesn't see Xavier Hill, who makes the great adjustment on the ball, picks it off for the Eagles, and that would do it as Pine Creek's defense cast a spell all night long on the Wizards.
That kind of team and how good they are, what was it that you had to overcome as a team?
I think intensity. I think we struggled a little bit first half, and we just brought it together second half, and we made goal line stops. I mean, I think intensity was the biggest thing that we had to do. So,
and we made the most of our opportunities by a great opening drive, and then I think capitalizing off a turnover and getting a field goal, and got up and just relied on our defense.
As a team, who are you?
We don't know yet. It's like second game of the season. We still got a lot more football to play, so we'll figure out.
I like where we're at, but we got to get better. We're not there yet.
Well, we took a trip north to see these 2 top 4 squads, and boy, we saw a great piece of entertainment there on the football field. Final score 10-0. Pine Creek gets a touchdown and a field goal early. The final 34 minutes and 34 seconds, absolutely scoreless. That was a war, and the Eagles stay undefeated. And you can look behind Windsor, that community, the band's still playing. There's no quitting those Wizards. They're going to have a fine season ahead of them. But tonight, it was about Pine Creek. For the Xfinity Sports Report, I'm Marty Cesario.
All right, thank you, Marty. Our Vectra Bank game of the week and a defensive struggle. I bet the game's only touchdown coming early in the contest. And that Pine Creek D is legit. Remember last week they held Thunder Ridge to just 7 points and, of course, getting the shutout there of Windsor.